if someone has a Jewish mother by birth who marries a Christian man and then was raised Christian, how will he or she be judged in heaven after they die? What were their expectations? A person that was born to a Jewish woman is 100% a Jew, according to halacha. Even if their father is Christian, even if their father is Muslim, even if their father is a UFO. If his mother is a Jew, then he is a Jew. Now, as far as if that person lived an entire life without ever knowing that they are Jewish because they thought that they were Christian their whole life, then of course this is their test accordingly. But it's hard for me to believe that a person would live their entire life without knowing the truth, because remember, if they're a Jew, that means that Hashem put him in this world in order to be a Jew, in order to live a certain life, in order to achieve a certain purpose, and not just to live a purposeless life. So surely Hashem has shown himself to that person in different ways in order to show them their Judaism and help them make their choices. Whether they make the right choice or not is up to them. But Hashem is not, building us to fail. He's not putting us in a situation where it's impossible for us to succeed. That's the first thing. So surely all of us will get multiple, and in many cases, countless opportunities to see the truth, and we have to make the choices accordingly. But a Jew is expected to fulfill the entire Torah. The second that Jew knows that he's Jewish and knows that Judaism involves, they know what Shabbat is, they know what, tefillin are, they know the very basics of what things are. They don't need to know all the details, but they know what a Jew is, that a Jew goes to synagogue. They're no longer a captured baby. They are a Jew that has free choice. And if they choose wisely, they'll succeed. But to think that just because they had a bad past or they had a difficult upbringing, that's going to relieve them from responsibility, no. I have a guy that, when we met him, he was a young kid, he's a teenager. He was going to a Christian school. And his mom was Jewish. And his father is not only Christian, but he's an anti-Semitic Christian. He hates Jews. His father hates Jews with a passion, because he was brought up in communist mentality. But at the same token, later on, he abandoned the communism to a certain extent and adopted idolatry instead. And long story short, when I first talked to his father, the conversation went like this. He cursed me out for about 3 to 4 minutes straight. And then I tried saying about 1 or 2 things, and then he hung up in my face. That was the first conversation we had. The point of the conversation was to convince the father to allow me to take his son, that's Jewish, out of the Christian school. So I got some cursings for that. Baruch Hashem. Anyway, this young boy was very committed, learned a lot of our shiurim, learned a lot in books, tried to do whatever he can, pray to Hashem. And through literally a series of miracles and endless amount of effort from our team, especially our Rabbi Leib, this kid has not only got out of this Christian school, but today is mamash on his way to becoming a very, very serious Torah scholar. He learns in yeshiva. He's a very big matmid, non-stop learning. He's very, very special person. And but if you backwards ask the same kid 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, or just simply look at the statistics of such a thing happening, the chances would be 0. Chances literally was 0. And Baruch Hashem, today this kid is on his way to becoming a serious Talmid Chacham. He's learning in serious yeshiva, not like a yeshiva for people that are just came out of the jungle. You talk about yeshiva, serious yeshiva, serious learning, and Baruch Hashem, he's doing good. So, but again, he had a tough start. Tough start, not just Christian parents, anti-Semitic. Literally anti-Semitic. I'm not joking about it. Like when I spoke to his father for the first or second time, he made fun of the Holocaust. How the Jews were losers. They just let the Nazis kill them, and nasty, nasty things. But Baruch Hashem, we keep going. We fight for every neshama wherever we possibly can. And Baruch Hashem, the kid is in a yeshiva today. Shtabach Shimo. Who knows? Maybe the father will convert one day. I don't know. But at least we're able to save whatever we can save. So the key is to understand is that didn't happen because of me, or that happened because of a series of combined efforts. Okay? But if it wasn't for that kid wanting it, praying about it, yearning for it, nothing would happen. If it wasn't for the different people that play different roles in the story, wanting it, praying for it, doing whatever it takes, it wouldn't happen. You know, a lot of times people ask me about, my tshuva story and how, Rabbi Ephraim saved me from the Genom that I was on. And every time I tell this to Rabbi Ephraim, how he's amazing, how he saved my life, I was destined to Genom, now I have at least a chance of going to heaven, all that stuff. He's like, you're saying ridiculous things. Like, he laughs at me. I'm like, why? You saved? No, you didn't do it. He goes, no, you didn't do anything. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't do anything? If it wasn't for you, it wasn't this. He said, I didn't do anything. You wanted it. You were willing to listen. I was willing to teach. What's the meaning that what he's humble, but the point I'm trying to make is that without a person willing to help themselves, no one in the world can help them. That's what Rabbeinu Yonah writes in Sharet Tshuva about 800 years ago. If a person is not going to help themselves, all of the Musar in the world is not going to help them. So the key is to understand that every person that's in this world is a creation of God. If he is a Jew, that means he's not only a creation of God, he's the son of God. She's the daughter of God. They're chosen, they're special, they're unique, which means there is extra care, extra consideration for that person. So surely Hashem is not going to put the ones that he cares the most about, the ones that he has chosen, in a lose-lose battle. He surely is going to give them a lot of opportunities to come back home, because that's ultimately their purpose. That's their purpose. The purpose of everybody in this world is to serve Hashem, to do his will, because it is for their interest that they do his will. That's how they end up going to heaven. But, so Hashem is going to give a lot of chances. But even if the greatest teacher in the world lives next door, even if the greatest teacher in the world is their parent, even if the greatest, most generous person in the world is their family member, and even if the most righteous person on planet Earth is their best friend, if that person doesn't want to help themselves, nothing in the world can change that. Nothing in the world can. There has to be some self-motivation. And that really applies in anything in life. So Hashem is going to open the doors for each and every soul on planet Earth to go back home, to do tshuva. He's going to open up the door multiple times throughout everybody's life. Whether a person chooses to enter or not, that's going to be up to them. And that's what they're going to be judged for. They're going to be judged for, whether they entered or not, whether they followed God or not.
Shalom V'chai, everybody. We're back here in the United States after 6 extraordinary weeks in Eretz Yisrael, the Holy Land. We saw extraordinary things there. The beauty of the Kotel, the beauty of the land itself, and of course, the extraordinary beauty of the Chachamim. A huge event where several thousand people showed up to honor the Torah alongside us, and also hear the wisdom of Gedolei Ador was what we started the trip with. But along the next several weeks, we got to meet many other Chachamim, spoke in many different places, kollels, yeshivot, Beit Knesset, and we got to see some of the most extraordinary things I've ever seen in my life. But one of the things that we did see that is not as exactly as exciting is the spiritual poverty that's in Eretz Yisrael in certain places. Places like Tel Aviv, places that people are walking the streets without having a concept of what modesty is, without having a concept of who the God of Israel is, without even having a concept that the fact that they're stepping on holy ground. These are our holy brothers and sisters that we've dedicated our life to help to get them closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And one of the things that we're doing in the United States, in Australia, in Canada, in England, and many other places around the world. Baruch Hashem, we've succeeded in doing it. But one of the other things that we did see is also that there's a material poverty. A material poverty is simply so abundant, so extraordinary, that it breaks your heart. We're sitting in our house when the next door neighbor decided to pass by to say hello, and while they were saying hello, they asked us if we have any extra toys because they simply couldn't afford to buy their kids any toys. Of course, my kids gave them their toys, and Baruch Hashem, we got to fulfill the mitzvah. But there are thousands upon thousands of these types of families of chachamim, families of tzaddikim, that simply have poverty as a standard way of living. These are the types of families that we've dedicated our lives to help as well. Over the last few years, we've helped tens of thousands of people to feed them during the holidays, to get them toys, to get them clothes, to get them beds, to get them whatever we possibly can. During this trip, we also lost a very dear friend, one of our partners in the distribution, a very dear friend of ours, Giveret Ital, that really dedicated her life to helping Am Yisrael. We're going to miss her, but as a dedication to her, as a dedication for Klal Yisrael, and as another way to honor our Kadosh Baruch Hu, we're continuing to do our food distribution as well as our spiritual distribution. We need your help. This time of the year is Rosh HaShana, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, the high holidays. These are the times where most people donate the most of their money during this time of the year because they need the righteous judgment. They need the good judgment. They need to be blessed with a new child, with financial success, with a health miracle, with all types of issues. And Baruch Hashem, people know that the blessings of the Mezakei HaRabim, people that have dedicated their life to helping Am Yisrael, those blessings get a special VIP treatment in Shamayim. Over the years, we've had many people tell us how each and every single one of their blessings that they received from us was fulfilled during that year. And as a result of their donations, they got many, many more folds of blessings than they could ever imagine. Please, partner with us during this time of the year. Be generous and also be understanding that this is the time where every single one of us gets judged and every one of us needs a little help. If we help HaKadosh Baruch Hu's children, spiritually and materially, there is no doubt in my mind that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will also help us as well. Thank you very much for all of your support over the years. May Hashem continue to bless you, and BeEzrat Hashem, we will all have a Shana Tova.
ידידיי ואהוביי, אחיי ואחיותיי היקרים, אם שמתם לב, ארגון בעזרת השם פעיל במשך כל השנה. הפעילות שלו מתבצעת במישור הגשמי והרוחני. זאת אומרת, לדאוג לאחינו בית ישראל, גם לנשמה וגם לגוף. ישנם אנשים שעניים בתורה. ישנם אנשים שעניים מבחינה כלכלית. לקחנו על עצמנו את התפקיד הקשה לדאוג גם מבחינה רוחנית וגם מבחינה גשמית לכלל ישראל בארץ ובעולם. ברוך השם, עד היום נעזרו על ידינו עשרות אלפי אנשים. משפחות נזקקות, לא רק מבחינה רוחנית, גם מבחינה גשמית, אם זה סלים בחגים, אם זה אוכל, אם זה שתייה, אם זה עזרה בעניינים רפואיים, בכל דבר ועניין שהיה נרתמנו לעזור, והחידוש הגדול שלא על מנת לקבל פרס. בלי אחוזים, בלי עניינים, עוד הפוך. ראשי הארגון באים ותורמים מכספם את כל מה שצריך כדי לבוא ולעזור לעם ישראל. זה הארגון היחיד שאני יכול לבוא ולהעיד שכולו לשם שמיים. לכן ידידיי ואהוביי, אנחנו מבקשים את עזרתכם לבוא ולהמשיך להפוך את העולם למקום יותר טוב. הן מבחינה רוחנית, הן מבחינה גשמית. ואנחנו בקמפיין הקבוע שלנו לימים נוראים, לפני החגים, שאנחנו באים ודואגים לאלפי אנשים בסלי מזון, בעזרה לחגים ובשאר מצרכים. לצורך זה פתחנו בקמפיין גיוס המונים של עזרה לנזקקים, ועוד קמפיין של תמיכה כללית בפעילות הארגון שנלחם במשך כל השנה בכוחות הרע, בעניינים של כפירה, בהפצת תורה ויהדות. כל מי שירצה לבוא ולהיות שותף, כאן בדף הזה של הקמפיין מוזמן לבוא ויקבל ברכת שמיים, ושכל משאלות לבכם יתקיימו לטובה. שנה טובה ומתוקה, שנה טובה ומבורכת, ארגון בעזרת השם.